Now, when you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you don't do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You do 5,
You
4,
go
3,
5,
2.
4, 3.
Oh, stop at 3?
Well, yeah, if you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and start talking, what's wrong with you? You know, we're on the air by now. You realize that we're on the air. We're on the air. My name is Ken Gidge. I'm trying to explain to my friend here who's just getting thicker, and when you hear about all the weird things the Republicans have done. But one thing we have made up our mind. Tonight we have decided we're just going to have fun, always have fun. Understand we may fool around with each other. We may go a little crazy. We might sound very silly, and it's okay. Guess why? Because everybody is so serious. I'm getting sick of it. It's far better to attempt to be funny and not funny than be profoundly serious. And I want to introduce you to my good friend right here, Socrates. You thought I was going to say David Robbins. I know Socrates. And there's David Robbins, the Republican, who is really going to get it tonight.
Hey, Ken, when do we start?
Yeah, when do we start? Okay. Oh, yes.
Red light. Okay. Hi.
Red.
Well, Ken, good to see you. Hey, who's our
he's about 4 steps behind.
Who's our buddy here?
Okay.
Why does he have a bump on his head like that?
Well, damn if I know. Listen, if you were as smart as Socrates, 2,400 years ago, he spoke wisdom. And do you know what he said about politicians?
What did he say?
This is true. I'm not kidding. I think he's talking about New Hampshire. He says, when you're done in your profession, politics should be your hobby. Here we are up in New Hampshire.
Ken,
everybody is done in their professions.
I was done when I was about 5 years old.
Done what?
Done with everything. I just have been hanging on since then.
Oh, wait. Is there any special medicine you took for this to get done at 5 years old?
Yeah, but I think we'd probably get in trouble if we talked about that too much.
Well, we have Socrates instead of the flowers. Last week we had flowers. And, they put flowers there. And I never thought of getting rid of the flowers. But they're wilted flowers. So when I first saw these wilted flowers, I said, geez, I got to water them. But then I went up. I can't believe they made plastic flowers that are wilted.
Yeah.
Why would anybody buy plastic wilted flowers?
Because it looks more realistic. But what I like...
Well, why are they putting it in front of us?
I liked the other idea you had better.
Which was?
Well, we've just passed or tried to pass a medical marijuana
bill.
And I think that the idea of growing marijuana here on the studio set, it's in a controlled environment, and this can be used for medical purposes. I think that was a great idea.
Right here.
Right here. Yeah, we've got hot lights, plenty of water, and between you and I, tender, loving care.
And we have a lot of bull.
We have that too. Fertilizer is no problem at all.
We have no problem with fertilizer.
No problem at all.
Oh, yes. I could see it now. Every time we do a program, we wheel out our marijuana flowers.
Well, you know what would be helpful is it would grow. It grows very quickly. It would grow higher.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. The voice of reason.
No. That's not the voice of reason.
Was it God?
That was Socrates' twin brother.
Okay.
Did you know he had a twin brother?
I didn't know he had a twin brother.
He didn't know he had a twin brother.
All right. Well.
Okay. No, marijuana. Okay. So now what I
sock
really.
Sock it to me. Okay.
Right. Do you know Richard Nixon said that?
Sock it to me.
And do you know that the Republicans were complaining because the President of the United States goes on Fallon's show and it's a comedic show, and they're complaining on Fox how awful it is for the President of the United States to go on a comedy show. And there's Nixon going, sock it to me?
Sock it to me. Two quick things. One of them is I remember
there's
Bill
nothing
Clinton.
Quick about you.
I remember Bill Clinton.
And you gotta.
I remember Bill Clinton being on Arsenio Hall when he was running. And the other thing was when I was in college.
Well, wait, hold on a second.
No,
so what did he do on Arsenio Hall?
He played the saxophone. When I was in college, there was a poster out, 68, for Nixon, and it was trying to get in with the college students in 68, and the legend said Milhouse down at the bottom, so it'd be cool.
Milhouse?
Milhouse, which was his middle name.
That's what he said.
That's what it said. That's what Milhouse.
And he was a Quaker.
I believe he was. A pacifist?
No, I don't think so. Now we have a Mormon.
Well, yeah, and I think the best...
You're a Republican.
I do. I
am.
And
he's a Mormon.
Right.
Do you know any Mormons?
Yes, I do.
Are they nice people?
Absolutely.
Has there ever been a pickpocket Mormon?
Not that I know of.
There you go.
Wait
So
a minute. You know what? I think a Mormon tried to pick my pocket.
a Mormon tried to pick your pocket?
Yeah, I think I got a couple of fundraising letters from Mormon candidates. Yeah, I did.
Mormon handlers?
Candidates.
Oh, I thought you said handlers.
Well, no, I'm not going to handle anything.
No, the Mormons need handlers?
Right.
Now, you want a Mormon president?
Yeah, in fact, I originally supported John Huntsman.
Well, okay.
And I think a Romney-Huntsman ticket would be...
You can't do it.
I know.
Can't do it. Two Mormons.
Well, not only that, but two white, pretty, same faith, no, male.
No.
No, it's not going to work.
One is like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
You know, one says, I am the governor of Massachusetts. My wife has multiple sclerosis, and I believe stem cell research is important. He's running for the presidency. If I'm president, there will never be stem cell research. I'm thinking, you just threw your wife under the bus.
That's true. Sort of like the dog that got thrown out
On
the
the
car
roof.
window, yeah.
I happen to like, but oh, I see, the wife under the car,
Wife under the
dog
car,
on the roof.
The dog under the roof.
That is a good saying. I'm going to bring that up to the Democratic Party.
He
Wife under the car,
He threw his
dog
wife under
on
the
roof.
car and left his dog on the roof.
Yes.
It's sort of like the dog was a cup of coffee.
You know, I thought I was going to be the weird one. You're the one that wanted to wheel out marijuana.
I did. I'll tell you what. Let's get right into it. What do
No,
you have?
wait,
What do you have?
wait.
No. What do you have on your lap?
I have the Telegraph. And by the way, a lot of people don't like the Telegraph.
Wait a minute. All right. If you can do that, I can do that.
I
Let's see.
really am upset about that because the
I have the Telegraph. There we go. See?
Excuse me. I
all
just
right.
had the red light. What is wrong with you?
Well, I just took the red light.
Don't you understand? You took the red light
I
away
did.
from me.
I'm sorry.
Where's the red light?
This is obviously
Put
the red light
over here.
district.
Okay. You're going to learn some manners here.
Yeah, I'm learning from
Mormon.
you.
want
I'm
some
learning
Mormon for
from you.
That's right, and you're learning good. Now, a lot of people don't like the Telegraph. I apologize, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I happen to like the Telegraph. I have been in this paper many times. I've been on the paper many times. But guess what? It is our paper, and I wish people would appreciate it more. And I wish, okay? And they do. I have it sent every morning. It's in my driveway. Used to be my neighbor's driveway. They finally got that straightened out. But no, on the front page, there's some very serious things. Because this week, the Republicans of the state of New Hampshire really screwed up, like big time. And I know this guy wants to over here, my buddy over here, Socrates. Hi, how are you? Socrates, everybody wants to have a good time, and I want to have a good time too. But this is pretty bad.
Please.
Why don't you start off? Because I have just basically threw the wife under the car and the dog on the roof. I like that.
All right. Shall I continue by throwing my political career?
No, you don't
under the
know.
roof?
Look this way. Stop looking at the camera. I don't look at the camera.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you were looking at the camera
No, I
when you had
don't. I
that
was
up.
looking at the red light. There's a difference. But talk to me. That's how it works. You get your close-ups. Look at that. You get the close-ups.
Yeah. All right.
Well, take my word for it. Nothing's going to help you.
All right.
Nothing's going to help me. Okay.
What I was
Anti-abortion
All right.
moves, stalls in Senate. Wait, moves, stall in Senate. Is that wait, is that wrong?
The anti-abortion moves, the stuff that the House
Yes,
was doing,
moves.
stalls in the Senate.
Stall in Senate.
So in other words,
It shouldn't be stalls. It's stall in Senate.
well,
Shouldn't there be
let's just say the Senate put the kibosh on
okay,
it.
shouldn't there be a little pause there? Moves, stall.
Ken, there should probably be a little pause in everything we do.
No, but move, stall. They got that anti-abortion.
Show it to
moves,
them. Show
stall.
it to the folks. I mean,
Okay.
here you are talking visuals.
I happen to like this paper. Okay, go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead.
I like
He's
this
going to
paper a lot.
start it off, and all right, okay.
All right. Two sentences. The only substantial anti-abortion measure clearing the Senate on Wednesday would outlaw late-term or so-called partial birth abortions, which has already been banned by federal law.
Yeah, federal law. So why are
Okay.
we wasting our
Why
time?
are we wasting our time? In response, hours later, the House of Representatives attached the waiting period bill, 24-hour waiting period for abortions, to an unrelated business tax credit measure, SB 295, and then blocked final passage of 6 otherwise non-controversial
No, the
Senate bills.
people aren't going to understand this. Let us.
Go ahead
Okay.
and tell them.
All right,
I've set
okay.
the stage. The
You set the
House
stage.
is putting their foot down.
Thank you. Does everybody know we're giving away our first Cadillac, brand new Cadillac for the in-studio audience? Everyone gets a Cadillac.
I did not know that.
That's right.
I did not know that.
$65,000. All right, right there. One Cadillac.
One Cadillac.
First night.
For-
Right,
for-
Socrates? Yes, that's right. Okay.
To someone picked from our studio
Right,
audience. Somebody
right.
in the studio right now.
Right now, yes.
In the studio
Not in
right
5 minutes.
now.
If the
Not in
door
5
opens and
minutes.
somebody comes in. No,
All
they
right.
don't count, but right now.
Okay. So the people who are in the
Let's,
room
hope,
right
let's
now.
just hope this creature really can't talk.
That's right.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead. All right. The Cadillac has passed. What
All
are you
right,
trying to say?
You're a Republican, and I feel sorry for you. You're not a bad guy. You're just on the wrong side.
A lot you know.
Huh?
A lot you know. I'm a horrible guy.
You're all right. He's a horrible guy, and he's a
horrible person.
Republican.
I'm a horrible
What are
person.
you doing with a horrible guy who admits he's horrible? Boy, and you are homelier than me. No question about that.
Now, wait a
Richard,
second.
is that true? Richard will tell us.
No. You know,
Yes.
if we were the Three Stooges,
Oh.
you know, because here's the third stooge. If we were the third stooge, you would be Shemp. I would be.
No, what's that? Whoop, 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 whoop.
That's Curly.
That's Curly.
How many stooges can you
Curly!
name? How many stooges can you name?
O'Brien, Betancourt, and Silver Skillet because he cooks pigeons.
You know, I couldn't have set you up any better, could I?
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
That's
You were
right. I
talking.
thought that
You were
was
talking.
cute.
I defer to you.
All right.
Very
You're
good.
Three Stooges. This ain't hard if you're up here in New Hampshire to find Three Stooges. Right. Okay. Well, let's get something straight because this is awful regarding women. This is and I'm sorry, but the Republican Party is so bad to women. They wanted to cut off all financing. They want to cut off all financing to any organization that gives a woman abortion, even a hospital, by the way. Okay, so what they're trying to do is kill. What are they trying to kill?
Well,
Planned Parenthood. Is that correct?
My personal sense is
Well,
that this is aimed. This is aimed at Planned Parenthood. Yes.
Okay, it's aimed at Planned Parenthood. So what they're trying to do is to get rid of Planned Parenthood. But there's a problem. Planned Parenthood, the least of what they do is abortions. Actually, they do help women screening for breast cancer, help families with birth control. I mean, do lots of stuff.
Yep.
Mental health work they help people with. They do lots of stuff. And here are the Republicans saying, no, we don't want any place, especially for poor women, to go and to be screened for breast cancer. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to take all the money away from Planned Parenthood. And the Senate goes, no, you're not. The Senate goes, oh, no. Hold on a second. You're not going to do that, most of them are Republicans, because it's an election year. All right? No one wants to do this because it's an election. Democrats don't want to do it. Republicans, they do it.
Sometimes I think that we are missing the Republican Party in the House is missing a cylinder sometimes.
Oh,
and
God.
I think this is
a
this
cylinder?
Is one of, I think this
is it a 4-cylinder or an 8-cylinder?
I am trying to be circumspect on this because there are a few things that I seriously disagree with our leadership on.
You know, I think you get the nod from Socrates. So far, you're doing the best.
All right. But I mean, we do have very differing opinions on a lot of things, but on this we don't.
Different opinions?
On this we don't.
Different opinions. How could one vote for a Republican party who pulls this junk in the state of New Hampshire? How in the world could you? Why aren't you leaving the party? Why don't you move to the middle? Why don't you just say, I'm not going to be a Republican until I run for election again? Why don't you just be a middle-of-the-road person?
I am a middle-of-the-road person.
Well, no, but you're a Republican middle-of-the-road. What good is that?
What good is being a Democrat? Are you a Democratic middle-of-the-road?
I am a Democrat.
Are you a middle-of-the-road Democrat?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Sometimes not. Sometimes I will fight.
All right.
But I will fight for this, for women.
All right.
Give me a break.
Did you vote for the budget?
No.
Okay, I did. That's why I'm a Republican.
Because you voted for the budget?
Because that's why I ran for office. I ran for office to get state spending in check.
Oh,
I
no, wait. And state spending was out of whack.
Yes, it was out of whack.
Well, let's see. When you came in, the Democrats were down to 4.9. You guys are up to 5.2 for unemployment.
You're talking about unemployment. What I was talking about was
I see. We're talking about unemployment.
Actually, I don't think it was 4.9.
Yeah, it was 4.8?
We'll check that out.
Oh, we'll check it out. Now we'll check it out.
Of course.
You had 3 weeks to check it out because I've been throwing this at you. I could say it's 3.9 and you couldn't figure it out.
Well, yeah, I could. 3.9 is actually about 75% of 4.9, but a little bit less.
See, there you go.
There we go.
This is a Republican. This is awful.
What is appropriate here is that am I closer to the Republican fiscal issues or the Democrat? I'm closer to the Republican. Am I closer to the Democrat? Hang on. Now wait a second. Just hold your freaking horses. Am I closer to the Democrats on a lot of social issues? Yeah, I am.
Okay. Well,
gay marriage, abortion. What else? Right to work.
Oh, right to work,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, you and I probably voted all the same way on those three.
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
I would hope so. But, where do the Republicans get off? I mean, you also voted to get rid of 5.5 social workers.
Us at the county level.
Yeah, well, excuse me, it's still New Hampshire.
Well, no, but you got to have a context for the people here.
We are in Hillsborough County.
But you've got to say it's for the county. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we're in Hillsborough County, and we're both on the executive board.
We're both on the executive board.
You know why we're there?
Why?
No one else wanted to do it.
Yeah, that was probably. I thought it'd be fun, and it is.
You think this is fun?
I do.
Fun.
I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't having fun.
Do we have in Hillsborough County? I mean, people have to understand. We're both on the committee on the executive committee of Hillsborough County. What's our budget? 85, 88 million?
Something like that.
$88 million. All
right.
We pay. What do we do with that money? We pay off our jails, courthouses.
The county runs the county jail. It runs the district attorney's office. It runs the county nursing home, which is more than half the budget, I think. It runs
not more than half the budget.
40 million?
No. We got the jails. We got 2 jails, 3 jails.
1.
What do you mean 1? We got the
Manchester.
women's jail.
No, that's not ours.
That's
the
the
state.
women's jail's not ours.
The women's jail is the state's.
That's not Hillsborough County.
That's not Hillsborough County. That's the state.
Then why
prison.
are they talking about it all the time?
Because it used to belong. It does belong to Hillsborough County, but it houses state. It's the state women's prison.
Then why are we paying anything for it?
They are paying us. They're paying us for the use of the facility. The state is paying Hillsborough County a certain amount of money to use what the facilities.
In that building we have our meetings in, that's the jail. Did you know that?
Well, no, I thought it was the county complex.
Well, the complex, the jail is in the complex.
No, the jail's in Manchester.
The ladies' jail?
No, the ladies' jail. Do you see what I have to put up with? All right, here's the situation.
No,
Hillsborough County.
Hey, look this way. Look this way.
Hillsborough County.
Look this. What are you doing? What are you talking to them for?
Here's the situation.
No.
Hillsborough County.
All right, okay, that's good. I'll listen.
All right.
Go ahead.
And I'll look at you.
All right.
I love the bump.
All right.
Hillsborough County spends about $85 million a year. What it spends money on is the county nursing home, the jail at Valley Street in Manchester, the county attorney's office, the county sheriff, some health and human services, and a few other things.
They get the idea.
All right.
How much money do we have in surplus right now?
What is it, 12 million, something like that, 14?
12, 14 million.
Yeah.
You voted against 5.5 social workers.
A year ago, when we had the last county budget, I did. I voted
and
to
the social workers came forth, and also judges came forth,
Yep.
and they came forth and said, we saved the state of New Hampshire $1.5 million. A lot of it is keeping people out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
$1.5 million for $441,000, and you voted to get rid of them.
All right.
They also stop people from suicide.
Yeah.
They get families, people out of families that are in, distressed times. They do all sorts of things. These are really important social workers.
Okay.
And you voted to fire social workers that we need more than we've ever needed.
I didn't vote to fire social workers. What I did vote was a budget that caused their layoff.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot. That's the thinking of the Republicans. You didn't fire them. You just took the money away.
Yep.
There you go. So that's not firing them.
No, it's layoff.
It's layoff.
How many businesses?
Okay.
All right, two things.
No.
How many businesses have layoffs?
You're trying to work your way out of it. You can't work your way out of this.
I'm working my way out of it right now.
No.
How many businesses have layoffs in New Hampshire?
I don't think there's one that has a layoff that has a $12 million surplus, and there are people within the business that need social workers. None at all.
All right, so what should we have done?
For $441,000, we should have obviously kept them.
Why?
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 Oh, let me see. Children that should be taken from families, wives who are in trouble, people who on drugs needs assistance, keeping families together, suicides. And by the way, suicide rate has gone up.
Actually, I don't think it has. I don't think it has.
Really?
I don't believe it has. I don't have the recent figures, but I don't think it has.
In Nashua, suicide has gone up.
All right. Let's check
Two
that.
people
Run that.
Two people hung themselves from bridges. That's awful.
From bridges?
Yes.
They hung
you didn't know
themselves
that.
from bridges.
You didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
And you know, I'm going to tell you something. I've been fighting about these social workers before you started the show, and I think this is the awful thing, especially with
You've been
times
fighting
as
about
bad.
these social workers for a year and a half.
Yes, I have. And I am not going to go and check out and find out how these suicides took place, because if I found out that social workers were helping these families and now they're gone, I mean, I'd consider it my fault, because I wasn't strong enough or persuasive enough for you guys to keep the money in there. I don't think we should talk about that anymore.
Well, there was one other thing, though, you brought up. You brought up the Health and Human Services aspect of the drug court. It was the drug court.
Yes.
Right? That kept people out of the jail.
Correct.
Now, one would think that the jail population would have risen dramatically as a result of not having this drug court. You know, it was keeping people out of jail.
So it hasn't gone up.
Gone down.
It's gone down.
It's going down. It's at the point where they're almost ready if it goes down a little bit more, they may be able to close one of the segments of the jail and save some more money.
I'm gonna have a drink of water. Now,
right.
they say when Richard sees this, he wants to take it off. He doesn't want to see people drinking water. Why don't we both drink water?
We're both going to drink water. And let me tell you something. I brought these in. This is a reason that we are not in Massachusetts. Do you know what the town of Concord, Massachusetts just did last night?
No.
Concord, Massachusetts, where the revolution started, passed a town ordinance outlawing individual bottles of water, outlawing bottled water. It will take effect January 1st,
and the
2013. Reason? God knows the reason is we shouldn't be doing it. It's bad for the environment.
No. You see, why? That's beautiful coming from a Republican. I mean, I try. Occasionally, I think that you're just gonna understand, but no. So what you just said was they outlawed water
in bottles.
They outlawed water. No, they
outlawed
outlawed the plastic in bottles.
No, you can't buy one of these.
No, and the reason is why? Because there's water inside of it?
I don't know.
It's the plastic.
So what you're saying is it's okay to buy soda pop. Because you're not saying it. I'm bringing this up for the first time. Concord may be saying, and this is Concord, Massachusetts, may be saying it's okay to buy soda pop in plastic bottles, but you can't buy water. Now, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think that the New Hampshire should outlaw plastic water bottles?
I think you're gone.
I'm asking you.
That's what I think, if you want to know the truth.
You mean you're going to fire me, or I'm going around the bend?
No.
This is one of the reasons that I don't live in Massachusetts.
It's
because of that Democratic hoo-ha.
You know, if anybody ever wants to dissect the difference between a Republican and a Democrat, you went just like this. This is the reason why I'm happy I don't live in Massachusetts, because they outlawed this.
That's right. They
outlawed
this.
water.
Nope, they outlawed this.
No, you didn't say that. You went like this.
That's this right here.
So
they outlawed this.
So I said the water, and you said no, and you said you didn't know why. We can replay this back.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why they outlawed the plastic bottles.
It's the plastic.
Do you think we should do it in New Hampshire?
Pardon me?
Do you think we should do it in New Hampshire?
Bring back glass. As far as I'm concerned, glass is wonderful.
So, in other words, what you're saying.
No, what
you're saying is we should outlaw plastic bottled water.
No, here you go. No. Take the water out of it and say plastic bottles. Should we outlaw plastic?
All right, should we outlaw? All right, I'll give it to you. Should we outlaw plastic bottles?
If there was I'll tell you what, if there was another way of doing it, yes, of course. These don't deteriorate. I mean, how would you like 5,000 years from now, they start digging around and they find this?
Aren't they recycled? Aren't they recyclable?
I don't think so.
Of course you can. You recycle these, they get shredded, they get put up.
No. Oh, yes. That is correct. But by the way, I would outlaw this, okay?
What do you have against Poland Springs?
No. I would outlaw, hold on a second.
Okay.
I would outlaw when they take these bottles and they put water in them and they decide that what they're going to do is they're going to cut a lot of the plastic out of it and make it like 20%. Now you can't hold it. It starts bending, and look at that. I mean, the other day I went like this. It's awful.
Well, you're raising a good point, because now it is a hazard. Just think what happens. You're driving, you're trying to take a drink of water, you drop it in your lap, you get startled, you ride off the road. You could probably sue these folks. Go right ahead. Take it away.
I don't know.
Take it away.
Birth control bill sent to study. Okay.
Where it should be.
Did we, what?
Sent to study. It should be studied to death and then left alone. That means killed.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Okay.
why don't you tell people that? For
I
God's
did.
sakes?
I just
All
said
right.
it. You told me not to look in the camera.
Well, then why do you look in the camera?
Because you told me to tell people.
Not to look in the camera, so he looks in the camera. Outlaw this.
All right,
What
go
the
right
hell
ahead.
does that mean? All right, okay. Anti-abortion moves to all right. Birth control bill sent to study, and this was the reason why. One of the reasons why. And if you ever want to know the difference between a Republican and a Democrat, you should have been there yesterday. It was historically one of the biggest messes
What happened
that we have
yesterday,
had.
Ken? Tell us.
Well, you see, the House did not like what the Senate did. And one of the things, obviously,
What did the Senate do?
One of the things the Senate did was saying, no, we're not going to take money away from Planned Parenthood. We're not going to do that. Whoa! So what they did was they said, the House said that, and that's O'Brien, and he's running again. You know that?
I do.
Yeah, he's running again.
But what did the House do?
So what the House took is, how many bills was it? 6?
I think, it was 6.
6 or 8. 6 or 8 bills
Yeah, I
that
think it was
came in
6.
from the Senate. And how it works is sometimes Senate will send us bills that they want. It has to go through the House. Or sometimes we'll send it to the Senate. The Senate might amend it. Then they send it back. Well, we sent to the Senate, guess what? We absolutely unequivocally do not want to fund in any way Planned Parenthood, which has a great deal to do with women. So what they did is they said, we're going to table 6 bills without reading. Well, they read the bills. It meant what
the bills were actually passed. They just didn't get to third reading. The bills were all
passed. What are you talking were passed?
Remember, at the end of the session, there has to be something called third reading, and that is the third reading of the bills, and that's when the bills are officially passed.
The bills are tabled. They're not going anywhere.
That's correct. But what happened is the House passed each of those bills and then laid them on the table. So until they're brought off and then passed in third reading.
Those bills weren't passed.
Yes, they were.
Excuse me. Those bills came in.
They did not leave the House.
They read them and they.
And we voted on them.
We didn't vote on
those
we did.
bills. Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Oh, let's see. You keep talking. I'll read here.
For God's sakes. I hope he's not right. This is so complicated. You know, it's amazing. I think people really should get up there and see more of the House and what takes place up there. It's really very complicated. But what happened yesterday, by the way, the parliamentarian who is Representative Jasper from Hudson did not get up and talk on the subject. In other words, it was probably illegal in our Constitution, and then also under the rules. You can't do it that way, the way they did it, and they just stopped. And by the way, I'm not sure if you saw it, but the President of the Senate was way up in the peanut gallery looking through the door.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I watched him.
I heard about
He
that.
just kept going like this, going like this. So what does this mean? We wasted money, we wasted time. Republicans.
What this means is that the leadership in the House, this is my take on it, the leadership in the House believes that the Senate is not, looking at the bills that have been sent over from the House, and they're just throwing them out willy-nilly. And the House leadership decided, we want to send a message to the Senate. We're going to hold some of the bills the Senate wants hostage. Now,
which have to do with business?
this says in the paper non-controversial bills, but I think there's at least one which is pretty important.
Pretty important.
Having to
And
do with
as
money.
the Republicans did what? Oh, by the way, did you vote for that?
I did.
You voted for that?
Yeah.
You could lose the election over it. You know, and don't vote for something that's not constitutionally correct. It's not even in the rule books. They're making rules. That's okay.
No, it was all legal.
So in other words, with the Republicans, so the Republican Senate, by the way, right?
Yeah, 19-5.
19-5.
That's
mostly Republicans.
Mostly Republicans.
And the majority of them, the absolute majority of them, voted. And you guys don't like what they do, so you're just going to stop government. That's stopping government.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, that's you really. So they have to be taken off the table, and we've got to go through them again.
No, they'll be taken off the table when the time comes, just like that, and voted on, and that'll be it.
Oh, who votes on them?
We do.
Oh, I see. So that doesn't take time or anything like that.
It will. It'll take a few minutes for each bill. That'll be
Oh,
it.
really? 3 or 4 hours? I thought they were talking about. We'd be here till 6 at night if we read through these.
No, if they were all read through and voted on separately, but they can still be brought off the table
And voted on you.
and voted on separately.
Oh, wait. If they did it illegally, are you trying to say
They didn't do it illegally.
they're all going to be voted on? Oh, do you think it's going to be a voice vote?
I think on some of them, yeah, probably.
Oh, you guys!
Now,
how can you?
You know what? This is very much inside baseball. And if I were watching
What do
this,
you mean?
I'd be
inside baseball?
going nuts right now and turning the channel, because the nitty-gritty on this is the House leadership is ticked off at the Senate because they feel like the Senate's not showing them respect. So they're going to pick up their ball and hold the ball until the Senate. Now, let me finish. Until the Senate shows some respect. It's juvenile. It's not a good way to do things. There are a whole bunch of other ways to do things. And in fact, doing it this way
who's
is
doing it?
Doing the House leadership.
No,
my party's leadership.
Why don't you say Republicans? Republicans are doing this.
Well, Republicans are the House leadership.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, don't make it sound like Democrats are doing this, like the House leadership means everyone. Republicans are doing this, not Democrats.
The Republican House leadership. Is that
okay? And the Senate did exactly what that got you guys all upset.
Didn't get me upset.
Planned Parenthood. It's a good one.
Well, no, Planned Parenthood was only one of them. There were some other bills.
Well, that was the big one because they wanted to stop all finance.
I don't know for a fact, but I suspect
so
you're
supposedly the wisdom of the Senate that says no, we're going to let women have, testing for breast cancer and other things, and we're going to make sure that there's birth control, et cetera. And we're not going to do what the House says, and that is to stop all monies to any organization, including hospitals, that do abortions.
If that bill were passed, that's my understanding.
Yes, that's your right. So the Senate wakes up and goes, no. Women need a lot of assistance, poor ladies and men. There's a lot of, problems men have also. And so the Senate decided, guess what? We're just not going to do that. We believe that women should be cared for a little bit more. So we're going to just start. And so that's what got your leadership, the Republicans, all upset.
I think that was a major part of it, yes. I think that was a major part. Now the question is, what was done was legal. It was legal. The question is, was it the right thing to do or a good thing to do?
No. You say it's legal.
If it's not legal, Terry Norelli should go into court and file suit. She's not going to. Terry Norelli is a minority leader in the House. She's not going to. Nobody's going to go to court on this.
You don't have to. We're making so much mileage out of it. We're wasting government. You guys went up there to save
Ken,
money.
do you
and
think
then-
it was a good
how can-
idea?
Yeah, I know, but you go
Do you
up
think it was
there-
a good idea?
You just said.
Do you think it was a good
you
idea to
no, I
do
don't.
this?
You just said to
Okay, you don't
our
think.
audience that the reason why fiscally, the Republicans are better, and now you're wasting time.
I'm not wasting time.
You're a Republican. You voted for this.
You know what?
I would have got up and walked out.
I thought about it, but then I don't do that. I don't
All
take
right.
a walk. I don't take a walk.
Taking a walk means if you don't want to vote on something, and your party may want you to vote on it, you get up and walk out.
Yeah, I don't do that.
This was on Right to Work. It was a speaker who said to anyone who absolutely cannot vote our way, why don't you take a walk?
That was the
That's what he
message.
said.
That was a message from leadership. Yes,
That's right.
I didn't take a walk.
You didn't take a walk, but you voted for, all right.
No, I voted against right to work.
You voted against the bill.
That's correct.
So you voted for the unions.
Well, I voted against right to work. I voted against the bill.
You didn't vote for the unions?
I voted. I vote on bills.
Wow. Oh, wait a minute. This is a flip-flop. This
No.
is a real, Socrates said, you know what? Socrates is coming my way. Now, what's your way for what? That's
Okay.
a flip-flop. You're telling me you voted against the bill,
Yeah,
but you're not for unions.
yeah. I'm for
You're not for
unions.
unions?
I'm basically for unions. Yes, I support
You just
unions.
said you. Boy, I'll tell you what.
If we ran the tape, you would the words that you used were, you mean you didn't vote for unions. I vote on bills, Ken. I vote on what's in front of me.
So you're for the unions.
I generally support unions, yes.
Okay.
I was a union member, I was a union steward, I was a union vice president.
Then
I
why did you
negotiated
vote against them the first time?
because I thought it was the right thing to do, and then I got educated, and then I talked to people.
It's an election year. They
No.
all get educated.
This was long before, and what I think that does is it demonstrates that I'm teachable. I'm not dogmatic.
So I love that. I was just going to say housebroken, and you say dogmatic. That's good.
I'm somewhat housebroken.
And we're getting, all right.
All right, can I bring up one thing?
You may.
All right, I don't know about you, but
Let's finish the politicals.
this plays right into
Well,
it.
what is it?
You know, this is a report card.
A report
A
card.
report card on you and me and
All
everybody
right,
else in the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a report card.
This is a report card.
Now, this is a report card. Now, who made this report card up?
This is a report card from the House Republican Alliance. It's called the House Republican
Aha.
Alliance Scorecard.
Wait a minute. The House Republican Alliance, they're from where?
They are the an organization of House Republicans
Where?
in the New Hampshire House.
No. Where's this whole thing from? Where's these people who put this together? Don't say they're from New Hampshire.
Yeah, they're members of the House of
No,
Representatives.
what organization puts this out?
The House Republican Alliance is a group of House Republican representatives. This is
Throughout
not
the country.
No, this is just New Hampshire. This is just New Hampshire.
But no, I'm just...
No, it's not under the auspices of ALEC or anything like that.
No.
This is a group of representatives in New Hampshire who are Republicans.
Who are Republicans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's not, because this will not be biased or one-sided.
No.
All right, here
All
we
right,
go.
okay.
All right.
Purpose of the House Republican Alliance is to preserve and strengthen traditional principles and values of the Republican Party.
All right, okay, and let me interpret that. It's all bull. All we're trying to do is to throw the lady under the car and the dog on the roof. That's the interpretation.
Well, you would think, just in the way you're talking, that you would have gotten a 0 from the House Republican Alliance.
Oh, God. Don't wait a minute. Don't tell me I got a good mark on anything.
Well, we'll see now.
no.
We'll see now.
I would be, listen, it's a badge of honor to get bad marks from them.
This has got a list of all of the House members. I think there are 397 right now. And
What happened to 3 of them? I think a couple died off.
a couple died off.
Wow.
The
That's too
Democrats
bad.
got them, I think. I don't know. But you, and
Oh,
Ken,
God,
Ken,
here we
you ought to be
go.
ashamed.
There we go.
They looked at 115 votes,
Yes.
115 recorded votes. Do you realize that you were only present 68% of the time?
Isn't that awful?
32, you missed a third of the votes.
That's not true. They're lying.
They're lying?
They're absolutely lying.
lying pack of
I love
weasels.
it. And you did what? And how did you do?
86%.
86%. 86%. And I'm 60 something.
60, you're 68. Now, do you know? You
No. Wait.
Well, that's just the percentage of the vote
wait
that
a
you
minute. Now,
attended.
if you gave me that, I'll bet you I could read it differently.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead, give it to me.
Well, no, let me finish with this
All right,
first.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
What do you think your score was? How do you think the House
Score to
Republican
what?
Alliance? What did they give you for a
For
percentage?
the Republicans
Republicans.
are going to score me? I don't know.
You're 15%.
I'm 15%.
You agree with the Republican Party 15% of the time.
It's a badge of honor. So in other words, you agree with them 85%?
No. 86% is the attendance for the votes.
I was always in attendance.
All right,
That's
right.
bull.
All right,
That's
well,
just
we'll
bull.
look that up.
That's
Now, do you want to know what my score was?
Yes.
42%.
Wait a minute. I got 15 and you got 42?
Right. Do you know where I was as far as Republicans?
No, what does that mean?
What that means is I'm a bad Republican.
You're a bad Republican?
According to this, out of the 294 or 6 Republicans in the House, I was 280th.
That's not that bad.
That's almost at the bottom.
Oh, that is bad.
See?
That is bad. And I will bet you, you know what, the Democrats have to put out one of these things. And and by the way, isn't it true you can go to the bathroom and miss 2 voice votes?
Well, voice votes aren't recorded.
No, but I'm just saying to you, isn't that true that this can happen?
It's possible.
Yes.
Let's see. Do you know Roger Berube?
Berube?
No. Yeah, from Stratford. He's a Democrat. He's the top-ranking Democrat in this. He got 35%. A Republican.
He voted 35% with the Republicans.
With the Republicans.
Shame on him.
Let's see. Who else? Let's see what Terry Norelli voted.
Oh, God. She's probably. Terry Norelli was the Speaker of the House.
And she's
And
now.
she was the second woman to be Speaker.
She was after
That's right.
Donna Sitek.
That's right.
That's right.
And did you know that our mayor worked for Donna Sitek?
I did not know that.
Yes. She worked with her.
Terry Norelli has a score of 11%. So 11% of the time, according to this, Representative Norelli voted with the Republicans.
And I'm 4% ahead of her.
You're 4% ahead of her.
They don't like me,
I don't like you, so I can imagine.
So there we go.
All right. All right, that's here.
Okay,
you can
all
look
right.
at this after the fact, or you can look at it now. Let's go on to something else. What would you like to talk about?
Well, anything happen to you? And I had a couple things that happened to me in committees, I think, that are really kind of bizarre.
Go ahead.
One was the teachers' bill, the teachers' protection bill. They were an hour late. I had 2 meetings I had to be in.
Who was an hour late?
Well, they were the committee that was looking, which is the Senate committee, looking at the teachers' protection bill. Everyone has these hearings, and sometimes they run over.
What's the teachers' protection bill?
Well, the teacher protection. Well, let me get through this, and I'll explain it to you what it is. So we went in there. After an hour and a half, I have to be at another meeting on, believe it or not, J.D. Salinger's son was there. I mean, it gets very complicated. So I've got to be at 2 places at the same time. So I get rid of one. I run upstairs. They call me. I run downstairs. I get in there, and she says, you have 2 minutes. I needed 4 minutes. And in 2 minutes, you have to explain everything, the reason why there should be a teacher's protection bill.
All right. What committee? Who was the chair? Let's start out with that.
Can't tell you.
Okay. Do you remember who the chair was?
Pardon
So in
me?
other words, you were testifying before another committee.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy that day.
What's the teacher's protection bill?
Okay. And I think you'd probably for this also. It's a no-brainer. Most Republicans, as a matter of fact, I think half were Republicans who signed up but didn't talk. So, I mean, on this one, the Republicans and the Democrats. The protection bill is quite simple. Let's just say a teacher walks in between 2 people who are having a fight, grabs them and holds them apart. This has happened. They hold them apart and, all right, you guys are in trouble at the office. So they walk up to the office and the kids are smart. They go, oh, wait a minute. He touched us. So they get up there and the teacher's trying to explain exactly what happened. And he said, he touched us. And the individual, the principal goes, what do you mean he touched you? He says, he grabbed us. He grabbed you. Where? Well, he grabbed us and said, look at the shirts. So the kids get away, the teacher gets written up. Does that make any sense to you?
I think that's something that the teacher should receive some kind of protection on. Okay.
And there's an enormous amount. The teachers are told, if a student is on the ground being kicked by a student, what do you do? What would you do?
I would attempt to separate the two of them.
Exactly. Well, they're told to go get help, which means go get a witness. Really, this is true. Go get a witness.
I suppose I could also pull out my camera and my cell phone. And
that would be good.
Yeah.
I think, we ought to pass a bill
What?
that all teachers in the state of New Hampshire who want to film their classrooms should have a right.
Well, there are police departments which issue little cameras to their patrol officers.
Oh,
No, can
I
you?
know that we're talking.
Now, wait a second. Can you imagine if that happened with a teacher?
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Well, you just said.
I know,
You
but
just said.
we'll have to pass a law for that.
Right, but
you
I mean,
can't do that.
It would be easily done. It would be very easily done.
No, I think what they should have is a camera right above, well, let's say where the teacher really sits, looking out there. But anyway, what happens is that the kids look like they're running the schools. And what happens is the teachers get in trouble to the point where they get so frustrated. Some of them get fired. The unions go, oh my God, not another one of these. Why doesn't the teachers, why don't the administrators talk to the teachers? They don't. They listen to the kids first. So the teachers get into trouble. Then the unions get involved. Teachers are unhappy. The unions just don't want to be involved with it. And the administrators are going, hey, the rule, quite simple, is nobody touches anybody, even in a fight.
You're sounding like a Republican who's frustrated about this.
Excuse me? I'm a Democrat.
You're sounding like
I've been
like
co-sponsoring this bill for 3 years.
It sounds like a bill that a Republican would sponsor.
Excuse me? Yeah, no, you see, it is a Republican, matter of fact. It was Mooney. There's a lady named Mooney who did this about 6 years ago, Teachers Protection Bill. And the individual, McGuire, McGuire?
Yeah, Carol McGuire.
All right, okay. He took it from Mooney, and I'm the co-sponsor.
Carol McGuire is a woman.
No, it's her husband.
Okay, all right.
You couldn't figure that out?
Well, no, when I said Carol McGuire, you just kept going, and that's.
Okay. I apologize.
They're both very sharp.
But McGuire,
Merrimack.
McGuire is a free stater.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise you. And McGuire is the one who had the bill to stop the rail here in New Hampshire.
I didn't know that he was the sponsor.
Yes, he was. He was the one who. Okay, so here's a free stater, but anyway, that was extremely frustrating. Have you had anything frustrating that happened to you this week inside any of your committees?
Well,
it's important to tell people.
All right, not necessarily in a committee because we haven't had a committee meeting, but I did have something frustrating happen to me. I found out that the state is now going to be spending several $100,000 to come up with a new slogan for the state.
What?
A new slogan for the state.
A new slogan for the state.
To get tourism in to the state. It was something like New Hampshire's a happy place or something like that, and it wasn't working. But
how about putting the old man on the mountain back?
The old man on the mountain, or how about putting live free or die? Live free or die as the state.
No, you can't do that.
Well,
come to New Hampshire and live free or die.
All right. Here are some of the
Can't do that.
Here are some of the suggestions. Live free and hike.
Live free and hike.
Live free and fish. Live free and splash. Live free, shop free.
Live free, shop free?
Yeah.
And we're paying money for this?
Well, these are all suggestions for the new slogan.
Whoa, wait a minute. We have an audience here. This person may win a Cadillac right here. I think we can make up our own.
What?
I think, and I think this should be part of the show.
What do you think? You mean, should we have a segment about
No,
a new slogan?
I put, this is the weirdest thing, I put the first bill I ever put in when
Okay.
I got there was, I said, why don't we just rebuild the Old Man of the Mountain? Simply because, guess what? It is our symbol, it's gone, and to do it today with the engineering and the materials, it's pretty simple, it's not complicated, as long as people don't go up there and, hop on top of it, it's fine, just like the other Old Man of the Mountain. Boy, oh boy, I said, look at the tourism, and I said, if you put cameras up there 24/7 and watched it being built around the world, by the time it opened up, there'd probably be traffic jams into Massachusetts trying to get, up to the Old Man of the Mountain.
What would they make it out of plastic?
There is a form that comes in they create. It's not a fiberglass, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's call it a fiberglass. Then they spray it with stone.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, you can spray it 6-9 inches. So actually, it's kind of hollow inside, but it weighs like 25 tons. So, I mean, and it would look just like the other Old Man of the Mountain. I mean, that was the first. I thought that made sense.
And what happened when you brought that up?
Pardon me?
What happened when you brought that up?
Oh, it was awful.
Did you bring it up as a bill?
As a
or
matter of fact, I brought this in. This Socrates. Yeah, hat. Good old Socrates. What happened? Well, actually, they made fun of me. I got in a lot of trouble.
No.
Oh, yeah. There are people who believe God created it and God took it. So don't do anything.
Well, yeah, okay.
And I said, well, if the Statue of Liberty arm falls off, aren't they going to put it back on?
I don't know that God created the Statue of Liberty, but I suppose his
Oh,
offspring
okay.
did.
So, I'm sorry. I apologize. In other words, what you're saying is, since God did it, you can't replace it.
I just raising the issue. I don't know. I don't
All
think
right.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea.
With the mountain of presidents, a nose falls off a president. You don't think someone's going to go up there and put up a nose?
I don't Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
I don't know. We could see.
Now we're going to do something. No, we're going to talk some. We're going to do something we usually don't do.
Go right ahead.
Ready, Richard? Now I want Richard to talk, but he doesn't want to talk. But he can yell. Richard, how much time do we have left?
You have about 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes. So you see that? That's Richard.
That's Richard. Richard, how are you?
Very good, and you?
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
All right, we got 5 minutes. You do one thing, I do one thing, and we'll say goodnight.
All right.
You first.
First.
What do you want to say?
One of the things that you had talked about the other day was one of our colleagues has a show in Manchester where he has, snakes and weasels?
Snakes and weasels. And
Snakes
his
and
name is?
His name is Representative Steve Valancourt.
He may come down and do the show.
I would love, Steve is a lot of fun, very opinionated. Steve, sometimes, where are you? Sometimes you're a pain in the ass, but you're smart. You're smart as a tack. What I wanted to do, Ken, was we don't have snakes and weasels, but we have snakes and teddy bears, and I wanted to bring these for you so that you wouldn't feel as though you were being left out. So. Snakes and teddy bears, and what this also is that when you start going on about things, I can just reach over here and go.
Right, and I want everybody to realize I bring in Socrates, and he brings in a teddy bear. And this is a dog thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Bentley's.
That's what?
That's our dog Bentley's.
And it's
he wants it back.
Does this survive?
Oh, yeah.
It's really that tough?
Yeah, it is.
I've seen these. Okay, is that your...
That's my bit.
Okay, that's your thing.
All right,
okay,
yeah.
I had something this week that was pretty fascinating that took place, and I mentioned J.D. Salinger.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bill called 175. If anybody wants to look at it, you can go to NH.gov, find bills, and it's 175.
Is it House bill or Senate bill?
House bill.
House HB 175.
Correct. So the bill comes, and we start talking about it, and what we realize is that Matt Salinger's there, and he says, look, we would like to just protect our name here in New Hampshire. I mean, this is where my father lived almost his whole life and died, and this is where I was brought up. And The problem is, that, they do the T-shirts and they do the videos and it goes on, and then Kurt Schilling sends something in that, hey, look, yes, I was a baseball player. Yes, I was a sort of a public figure, but now they're using my figure in video games and on, and it just got crazy. So I go, wait a minute. So I have created, and I was going to bring one in, called a wing wheel. Okay, it's a boomerang frisbee. I don't think you have one. I believe Dick has one. So I came in and I brought it in. And I said, see this word wing wheel? Go look it up. It's my name. My name, you turn it over, the patent name and everything. It's my name. Everybody is using this name. And I'm one of the members here. So they said, that's okay. I said, oh, and by the way, I went to eBay and bought a picture of myself. True story. My wife goes to eBay. She sees a picture, historic picture, a picture of me. $24, so we bought it. Did I get any money out of that? The answer is no. So I went to the committee, and I was really, here's somebody right here that this has happened to. We all vote. It's either going to be an up, a down vote. The people from the video companies, and this was $58 billion business, all right, got up and they walked out. They were so mad. So anyway, that's pretty exciting.
What happened to the bill?
We're going to exect it next Tuesday, but they're going to put me in another division where that bill I will not be we'll have the ability to talk about it. I'll have the ability to exect it later. In other words, they're going to put it in a committee.
So you could submit something in writing.
No, I'm not going to go to my committee. I'm just going over there. But anyway, I think that's about it. Now, is there any information you'd like to give?
Well, I'm Dave Robbins, and I think my email is coming up under my name. I hope it is before the end. Love to hear from people. Remember, we've got a Cadillac being given away to a studio audience member today, and we will
hand it out as soon as we get off.
As soon as we get off the air. Yep. We don't know what's going to happen next week, but
we don't care. There's plenty to do.
Yeah, that's probably right. Love to have you come down to the studio, and thank you very much. Ken, take us away.
Last week, I made some mistakes. For instance, I didn't say to everyone, hey, look, you can go to Gidge World, and that's a not page sort of. You can go to Gidge World. Please go to Gidge World.
It's a strange and wondrous place.
Look at, yes, a strange and wondrous place. Also, I'm on Facebook if you'd like to befriend me. I'm now learning how to Twitter. This is really something else. Twittering is. Also, let's see, Facebook, Twitter. My email address is kgidge@aol.com. And our telephone number is 864-9332, because Dick got mad at me because anyway, so it's 603-864-9332. That's how you can get us. And we're going to be talking about all sorts of things like we've done before. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken.
This has been fun.
It has been.
Hey, we want to thank Richard, and Socrates will be a member of us all the time, and thank you very much. Thanks, Richard.
And the snake.